did not coincide. So the farmers had to hire little people. This is when we had the great Irish immigration.
Wait, are you saying that the Irish are inherently little people?
No, they all own leprechauns. Anyway, let's get to the point here. The cows, they can't
Hello and welcome to the evening, morning, or afternoon news.
For whatever it is that you're watching us.
My name is Puppy Sacks, and this is the news.
I'm Kyle. Puppy, I'm really happy.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Please don't eat. Don't eat me.
KTTZ here, K-Tits, the Channel 11 News, the only news with all white males.
We like to give a different perspective that perhaps, the viewers haven't seen. A handful of white males coming together, kind of like your ancestors.
I heard that the women and the minorities turned down the positions. Weren't you trying to do outreach?
I haven't seen a woman in it's been quite some time. I invite them I have a post. Come on into Puppy Sacks' room. All females welcome, no takers though. It's been, have you seen a woman? Do you know women, any women?
I applied through Craigslist.
I personally put lots of job postings on the Wakandan Grey list, and I did not get any bites.
The Wakanda Craigslist, of course. Yes, nothing, huh?
Nothing. I think maybe they were just like a little too snooty, a little too advanced for us.
Yes, the highly, highly advanced Wakandans. Yes, of course. You can't even find their city because it's invisible.
Do you both think that Wakanda's a real country?
Let me ask you something, Keely. Do you think jet fuel can melt steel beams? Be honest.
What does that have to? Do you think the UN was actually bombed? It was a film. It was a movie. It was Captain America.
Have you seen the memorial in New York City? Is that just a phantom memorial to you?
The 9/11 memorial?
Yes, it commemorates the terrorist attack, the terrible terrorist attack in New York City.
Are you inferring the Avengers alien invasion is equivalent to 9/11?
Hey, did you see all the buildings that got f***ed up?
Are you saying these are connected events?
It's very convenient that we remember all the tragedies of the white folks.
It's almost too convenient.
Wakanda is in a movie. Would you think there's actually an advanced civilization that is currently hidden somewhere that would actually?
Probably Keely is beyond hope.
It would be news.
Perhaps it would be best if we moved on.
That's all we would be talking about. If there was
I don't need to convince you. Maybe I have to convince you about the authenticity of Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny.
You know what?
I bet you don't believe in leprechauns.
How could there?
Have you ever heard of the Darian Calendar?
What is the Darian
Calendar is when the sleep cycles of the dairy cows and the farmers did not coincide. So the farmers had to hire little people. This is when we had the great Irish immigration.
Wait, are you saying that the Irish are inherently little people?
No, they all own leprechauns. Anyway, let's get to the point here. The cows, they can't start milking until they've been up and their body's been moving a while. They're like an old Ford truck. So they hire the little people to punch them in the udders. 1 hour before the farmer woke up, of course. And then by the time the farmer got down to the barn, the cows were ready to milk. The great Darian Calendar.
Yes, of course. I knew that rung a bell. Thank you for the history.
Why do they call it a calendar?
Because it's called a cowlinder.
Cowlinder. A cowlinder.
A cow.
Get the wax out of your ears, newbie.
A cowlinder.
You get it? Cowlinder.
Cowlinder.
Let's move on.
Since you don't seem to believe about aliens and their existence, let's move on to our next story.
I didn't say that. I just don't think that Marvel movies are historical records of actual events.
This brings me back to the Fermi's paradox. Now, we haven't seen them, but you know they're out there.